hot honey chicken sandwich. Now, this is my second viewer recipe that's been recommended to me to make, and I'm going to tell you right now, oh my Lord, this sandwich tastes so damn good. So, I change it up a little bit. I do add almost like a Caesar salad type of arugula on top, and I'm telling you right now, this is amazing. So, without further ado, people, let's make this shit. Can you two sit? Can you sit? Thank you. Thank you. I'm just trying to film here, and you're walking around. And no one can see you anyway, so you're not the stars of the show. Can you sit? Sit. Thank you. Today I'm making hot honey chicken. Yeah. And you see it everywhere, all this stuff. So I'm going to try to be as unique as I can with this recipe. This recipe came at request from my sister-in-law. So I'm going to go ahead and make this. My brother and I were talking about it, how they wanted to see it and all this stuff. So let's go ahead and let's make this shit. All right, let's start off with the aioli. So I'm using Japanese mayo. This is going to be about half a cup of Japanese mayo. And I'm going to come in here with some garlic paste that I need to get rid of. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of garlic paste to this. Then some Dijon mustard. You can use whatever you want. And I'm going to use about 2 to 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and then come through with 2 tablespoons of fresh ground pepper and some kosher salt. Now, this would not be an aioli unless we added some beautiful, beautiful olive oil here to this, and of course, the squeeze of half a lemon, and then give it a quick mix. You can add some parsley too if you want to add a little bit extra flair, but I'm not using parsley in this because I'm also adding arugula later. Now, we're going to give this a good mix, and then I'm going to go and start working on the sauce. I like to do all my prep work first before I make the meat so everything is ready to go. So, for our hot honey sauce, I'm going to start off with about a 1/4 cup to half a cup of avocado oil here, and then I'm going to drop in a stick of butter. Yes, a whole stick of butter. Now, this pan is on medium to high heat. I'm going to be bringing this in, and you can do medium to low. It's fine. I adjust the temperatures as I go, and then more garlic paste. Yep, you guessed it, because I love garlic. I was out of fresh garlic, and this is all I had. So I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons to 2.5 tablespoons of garlic paste. Now, I want to give this a quick mix. I'm reducing the heat now. Now it's about medium to low. I don't want to burn anything here. I was just trying to make this really fast and move forward because it was getting late. And I'm going to add my favorite rum here, some Kraken. You can use whatever kind of rum you want. It really doesn't have to be an expensive one. And I'm going to save a little bit for the chef so he can have some. Now, some honey here. And I'm going to use about a 1/4 cup to half a cup of honey. I'm going to gauge as I go, but it's going to be max about half a cup of honey. Give that a quick mix. Keep it on a low simmer there so we can get everything nice and liquefied. And then after that, I'm going to come through with some Frank's Red Hot. It's an OG. So go through with about a 1/4 cup of Frank's Red Hot. And then to really kick this up, I want to add some El Yucateco. Now, for the El Yucateco, I'm adding it as I go. So I'm going to start off with about a tablespoon of El Yucateco. And then I'm going to taste it later on and see if I need to add more. And don't be worried. You don't have to go this far. And it doesn't get that hot later on. It starts to reduce in heat the more you let it simmer. Then, my favorite, chipotle powder. So, about a tablespoon of chipotle powder, and then the same for some salt and pepper. And yes, I am tasting this as I go. So I'm going to give this a quick mix after adding the salt, and use whatever hot sauces you want. Trust me, it's up to you. Now I'm going to start working on the dredging process. So for the dredging process, I've got flour here, which I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of garlic powder, and the same for some onion powder to this. Sorry, the camera went out of focus for the onion powder. And then I'm going to come through with about 3 tablespoons of smoked paprika. You can use whatever kind of paprika you want. I prefer smoked. And then about a tablespoon of fresh ground black pepper and some salt here as well. And I am using kosher salt, so if you don't have kosher, use whatever you have. Now I'm going to give this a good mix, and then after that I'm going to start working on the egg. So I've got 2 to 3 beaten egg yolks over here on the side. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce to this and give that a good mix too. This is going to be an awesome dredge for our chicken. Now to dredge our chicken, starting off with the eggs first, and then into the flour. And you can do the one wet hand, one dry hand method if you want. I was feeling pretty lazy today, and I just want to get through and eat because it all smelled so good. And you can also do a double dredge if you want to. That even makes it more crispy. And then on the side, I got some peanut oil in a Dutch oven that's getting really hot right now. And here it is. It's ready for me to start the frying process. You can use whatever kind of oil you want. So I'm gonna start dropping in the chickens and frying them. And I'll have the full recipe below in the description for all of you. All right, and transferring the chicken to a wire rack on top of a baking sheet, I'm gonna go ahead and start with making our lettuce here, which is really just arugula. And I'm gonna basically add some garlic paste to this, about a tablespoon of garlic paste. I am using arugula over lettuce because I like the flavor a lot better. And then after I squeeze out that last bit of garlic paste there that I had left, I'm going to add the juice of half a lemon and then about a tablespoon and a half of some Dijon mustard. Now, this is a lot like a Caesar salad. Yes, we just don't have sardines, but we're also going to add a teaspoon of pepper and salt here. And then we're going to give this a good mix, and this is going to be a nice topping for our sandwich. Now, while I mix this, I just want to say something really quick. I'm going to add some pickled red onions to this. I already made these a month ago. So what you can do is just slice up some onions, some red onions very thin, and just add them to a bowl of vinegar for about 30 minutes. And there you go. So let's go ahead and start adding that hot honey sauce that we worked so hard on to our chicken. I started off with a drizzle here, and then I got impatient. I was like, you know what? Let's just dump this on because that makes the most sense. And then give it a good shake and toss it up. Maybe add a little bit more as we go to ensure that we're all nicely coated. And by we, I mean our beautiful chicken. And look at that. That looks awesome. So we're up to plating. Let's start off with a brioche bun, nicely toasted. At the bottom, we're going to add in our aioli. And then we're going to come through with our hot honey chicken. And the aioli really helps cut the heat. So definitely don't skimp on the aioli. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some more aioli on the top because I am not stingy with my sauces. Then our arugula. And then I'm going to come through with some red onions here that have been pickled. And there we are. You don't have to use pickled onions, but it makes it much more tangier. And there we are. That is our hot honey chicken sandwich. And something I figured out after I filmed this is that you can dip it into that hot honey sauce. I've never seen it done, but I just did it myself because I was super hungry. And I'm telling you, it's awesome to dip the sandwich in there as well into that sauce. But let's just go ahead and let's eat this and enjoy this amazing sandwich. Here we are.
All right, so the hot honey chicken is done. And here we go. Man, this looks better than the photo. I can tell you that. I think I just made my best chicken sandwich. I really do. It's not as spicy as I want it. I want it a little bit more spicier. But I think this is best for everybody out there who doesn't like to have too much heat, a little sweet, not too much sweet. This hits the spot. So, I'm going to keep eating this. And for all of you who watch this video, thank you so much. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. And if you haven't yet, I would love for you to subscribe and like this channel. And yeah, cheers. Let's keep cooking. Thank you. I'm just trying to film here.